The Bharani family occupies a special place in the files of collecting art in India, not just for the beauty and historical importance of the objects they source, but also for their vision of making this very private enterprise accessible to the people of the country. An exhibition at the National Museum in Delhi showcases part of the large donation made by the Bharanis to the institution in 1976.
A passionate eye traces the aesthetic adventures of father and son Radha Krishan and Chote Lal Bharani and their emotional response to art. In the process, this show follows few established rules of curation and display.
We wanted to reflect his style of collecting, which is very eclectic. He doesn't really pay attention to, or is not so sensitive to issues of provenance and material. It could be something that's Mughal, it could be something from the 20th century.
This collection was started more than a century ago by Radha Krishan Bharani, who set up a shop next to the Golden Temple in Amritsar in the early 1900s to sell carpets and more.
He was doing business in everything, whatever, right from painting to sculptures, to jewelry, to jade, shawls, carpets, everything. So I think I inherited.
The location of the shop attracted as many customers as the goods on sale, including the cultural historian and philosopher Dr. Ananda Kumaraswamy, industrialist Dorabji Tata, who was partial to Pahadi miniatures, Rai Krishna Das, the founder of Kala Bhavan in Banaras, and art historian Stella Kramrisch, author of the Hindu temples, who became Chote Lal Bharani's mentor. For years, Chote Lal Bharani travelled to different parts of the country from Himachal Pradesh to Bengal and Kerala in the pursuit of objects both rare and common. One of his most remarkable acquisitions was a set of Mughal paintings from a family in Ajmer against the advice of the then director of the Prince of Wales Museum in Bombay, Dr. Karl Khandalwala, who thought the price was too high. These miniatures remain his most treasured possessions, along with the painting of Radha Krishna, part of a set bought by his father in the early 1930s after selling off all his mother's jewelry.
There are one or two shawls, and then of course the painting which my father had it and from the Ajmer collection, which is on display there.
Chote Lal Bharani believes it was his interaction with Indologists like the Swiss-born sculptor Alice Bonner, who made her home in Banaras, which truly developed his passion and eye for beautiful objects.
In those days I could not appreciate sculptures, I wasn't born with it. And I said, broken pieces, I said, what is this thing? What do you see in these things? She herself was a great sculptor. He said, Chote Lal, these breathe.
After decades of collecting, Chote Lal Bharani donated more than 1,000 pieces to the National Museum in 1976.
Our concern was to highlight a very particular point, namely the role that is played by private individuals in helping to build up the great riches and collections of public institutions. I mean, I think we must acknowledge that there is a limit to the extent to what government can do, and we need more Mr. Bharanis.
Now 87, Chote Lal Bharani sits in his New Delhi shop-cum-office, surrounded by some of his most beloved pieces, with only one word of advice for every amateur collector.
Some people ask me, what should I buy? I said, what you like. He said, that scholar said it's no good. I personally told him, if God comes and tell you, this is no good and your heart touches it, don't leave it, you'll regret ever. Right? You can say, shut up God, I don't listen to the outer gods, I listen to my inner God. Many times it's good to listen to the scholars, but then it is not your collection, it is their collection.
With cameraman P. Tulsidharan in New Delhi, Shikha Trivedi for NDTV.